What is going on to you, Capricorns? Hopefully, y'all are having a great day. So, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up these cards because you'll have some bozos in the comment section talking about you don't shuffle up the cards. That's why, with they disingenuous self. So, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up these cards. Show y'all, and if it's accurate, let me know in the comment section if it's still accurate for you. Saw me shuffle up the cards. So for you Capricorns, you have the Empress, the Knight of Cups, and then you Capricorns have the Knight of Wands. So all right, Capricorn. So there's a sense of people being upset with you, Capricorns, that you're not choosing them. The Empress, you're being selective about whom you hang around, who you decide to take seriously versus whom you're not. The Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, moving forward quite well, right? You're not holding on to anybody too tightly. You're just getting to know who's out here. Trying to see who's out here. Either way, though, a lot of people are interested in you. You're interested in them. But you're also looking to see if they actually bring something to the table that you Capricorns want as well. The Temperance and the Tower, right, also are about when you don't choose them, they get upset that you Capricorns don't choose them. But you Capricorns understand that you have to pick the best person for you. You have to pick an individual for you, right? That's built for you. So as a result, you don't really care too much, that they don't like the decision that you Capricorns are making. Because what it is I'm seeing here is that you Capricorns are probably hanging out with the person once or twice. And then after you hang out with them once or twice, however it may go, you Capricorns decide whether or not you're going to keep them around and continue to get to know them or not. There's a sense of you're able to eliminate people by, Xing them out quite quickly, right? You'll ask them questions, get to know them a little bit better, find out what type of time they're on, and you Capricorns know what it is that you're looking for. So if a person doesn't, talk about things that you want, or how do I say this? If a person doesn't have a value system where they talk about something that you have in common, that they mention in their own answer when you ask them questions, then you Capricorns will know, okay, this is a good person, this is not, this is good for you, this is not, right? Because I'm seeing how, like, you Capricorns will listen to what a person has to say. If they say things that actually end up like striking a chord with you, so to speak, then you Capricorns will be like, okay, sounds good. They touched on something. Okay, cool. But then if they don't, and you listen to what they have to say, now it's like you Capricorns are like, okay, you're not necessarily going to tell them this, but you Capricorns will just kind of make it as a mental note, like, okay, you'll stay away from them, right? Because this isn't necessarily what it is that you intended or what you wanted. So why that's so important in the first place is because they don't like the fact that you Capricorns are learning how to be selective, right? You're not giving them a phone call, you're not reaching out, you're not doing any of that stuff. And Okay, so because you're not reaching out, they're like, okay, well, what exactly is going on, right? So they'll reach out to you. And then the Ten of Cups, you'll let them know the reason why is because excuse me, is because um, they weren't really talking about anything that aligned with your value system, you know. So they have to take that. They're upset, but they have to take that because that's what happens when somebody usually talks about money all the time, you know, unless it's one of those types of relationships where, you know, it's explicitly spoken about, where it's like, look, this for this. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, if it then okay, you know, you Capricorns are doing a good job, right? I'm not here to judge per se. I'm not the moral police. So at the same time, but if you Capricorns are looking for someone with integrity and all of that, you come across some people who put it more about money. And a lot of the times, this is where a lot of people think or base. This is why it is I keep saying stop talking about money so much, because this is where a lot of people base leadership when it comes to relationships. This is where both sides think that a lot of people on both sides think that there's something to the validity of what makes a person a leader is money, and that's not true. But both sides think that what makes a person a good leader is money, right? And this is why it is I say the 50-50 thing cures that, because people are really showing that they're immature with money, because money does not have an assignment. Money doesn't have a name on it. You understand what I'm saying? Money may have a face on it, but it doesn't have a name on it. So why that's important in the first place is because one side is tripping out because it's like, okay, well, how come you're not spending money to do this? And they think that they're being disrespected in some kind of way. And it's like they're not understanding, well, the reason why is because two main reasons. Number one, the other side of that has to put up with all of the emotional baggage and nonsense that you bring to the table, all the issues, trouble, all the threats, all the time it takes, all of the nonsense, all the gobbledygook that a person has to get rid of, all of that to help you. And that number two, paying for the dates, or not even paying for it, but going half seas and meeting a person halfway, right, makes you have equity in the relationship because you pull your weight. You actually bring real value to the relationship. So when you object, when you say no, the other person has to listen to what it is that you have to say and take it into consideration and go, okay, fine, because you actually pull half the weight. So the thing is that for you Capricorns, that's what they're not looking at. They're not looking at the time and the energy that it's going to take for you Capricorns to engage with them and take their nonsense and actually, that's all of that is called a toll. The time that it takes to be with somebody, the problems that you have to put up with. This is the reason why even when I date, I be so exhausted. I don't have my tolerance. I have a minimum, a very small tolerance for any kind of nonsense, because it's like I'm treating someone well. And I challenge anybody that I challenge anyone of Betty who I've hung out with in the comment section to say that I've treated them poorly. Any one of them in the where you telling the truth, can't be lying, okay? Can't be, because you know some people will overdo it. But if I hung out with you in the last 20 years, before even YouTube, I challenge any one of the people that I've hung out with from 2005 all the way up to 2025 if I've mistreated you while I was getting to know you. And that's my point, because I'm getting the baggage. And that's what's happening with you Capricorns as well. That's why you are taking it into account, that character, because you Capricorns are looking at how much stuff you will have to go through with between yourself and someone else. Not just financially, but emotionally, mentally, how much you have to be there for the person, how much like energy you're going to have to expend over a course of time. And the thing is that the what you're getting is the Judgment and the Six of Pentacles. People better give you an exchange. People better, it better be worth it, is what I'm saying. And that's what you Capricorns are looking at. And I'm saying to you Capricorns, y'all are right for looking at it like that, because that's how you should look at it. When I go out and I hang out with somebody, I am engaging with that person as a means of trying to find out if that person is Mrs. Right or Mrs. Wrong, or Mrs. Right now, i.e. Mrs. Wrong, or Miss Wrong, or whatever. I ain't cheating, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, if the person is the right person for me or not, is the point that I'm making. Right? And I treat them fairly. Now, they'll lie like a mug. They will lie. They will lie a lot and be like, oh, I'm mistreating them. And then when I break it down to them and I show them how they've been moving versus how I've been moving, it's like, I've been acting stupid, haven't I? And it's like, yeah, you have. Kinda, yeah. By the way, I'm going in and get my teeth fixed and everything like that later on in the year, hopefully, right? Right now they're checking my insurance to see. It's supposed to be a real good dentist and all that stuff. But I'm getting it together, like I said that I would, right? That'd be another thing too, my dear Capricorns. Even with my own dating life, that practically doesn't exist like that. When I try to get to know somebody, they don't be, when I tell them I'm going to do something, they so busy trying to give me a difficult time. It's like, oh, then when I actually do it, oh, you did it. Yeah, like I said that I would. Yeah. And that's what's happening with you Capricorns. You have people that are essentially trying to, like, they're going to give you problems, but the thing is that is it going to be worth your while? And then you have the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups, is what I'm trying to get at, which these two cards are about. Excuse me. Do they give you love as well? Do they care about you? It's not just about the money and the way that y'all look. Do they care about you? One of the things that a lot of you Capricorns miss in your lives, which is a huge factor, and that you Capricorns know it yourselves, that a lot of you look for in a significant other, is when someone actually cares about you and it's not just about only your money or your body, right? Or the romantic fun that you Capricorns are giving them, right? Do they care about you? Do they actually care about finding out about who you are, your accomplishments, your failures, the way you think, what you like, what you don't like? Why have you developed such an outlook on the world? Why do you stay away from people? Why are you so hardworking? Do they actually care about those things? And you Capricorns are looking at all of these things to determine whether or not you should take someone seriously. And this is the kind of the screening process that a lot of people just don't end up making it through, right? You've met a couple of people that are worthy of you Capricorns continuing to get to know a little bit more. But for the most part, I'll say out of 5 people, maybe 2 made it. So, but right now, you Capricorns are doing what you must do, what is best for you to do, what is wisest for you to do. because you are actually screening people, or vetting people, as some people call it, as best as you can. You're asking the correct questions. And yes, when it comes to your job and everything like that, your job is fine, okay? Finances is fine, but you mainly want to focus, you Capricorns, from what I'm getting from these readings, you're mainly focusing on your love life, because that's what's coming up the majority of the times. So yeah, when it comes to your love life, you are being able to screen certain people out, or vet them, or get rid of them from excommunicating from them. But you're just finding out that a lot of people are not really matching with you in value systems, and they're not who they make themselves seem like they are. So let's clarify the Nine of Cups. Three of Michael, 10 of Raphael, the Magician, Justice, and then you have the Four of Raphael, right? So, wow, interesting. That's interesting. To clarify the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is them. The Nine of Cups is another person's sincerity. The Three of Swords, the 10 of Raphael, they've been through a lot. You Capricorns will find that a lot of these people whom you're getting to know have been through a lot. But the Magician, the Justice, and the Four of Raphael, if any of you Capricorns have anyone around who is treating you fairly, they've been through a lot, but they are treating you fairly. Says the Justice, says the Magician. They like you. They see that you Capricorns have value, and so they like you. They like you. So even though they've been through a lot, they're going to give you Capricorns a chance. Now, what that means is they're opening themselves up to be hurt if things don't work out. But they understand that that's what comes with the risk. So that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Glad for you Capricorns. You Capricorns are still making it do what it do. That's pretty much it. Peace. Have a good one, y'all.